AITA, for canceling my engagement after my fiancé embarrassed me publicly and then demanding I get over it. I never thought I'd be the guy posting here. I'm usually calm, patient, the kind of person who avoids conflict until it becomes unavoidable. But right now, I genuinely don't know if I finally stood up for myself, or if I went too far. I'm 34M. My ex-fiancée, Lily, is 32F. We were together for just over 4 years, engaged for 6 months. From the outside, our relationship looked perfect, stable, comfortable. The kind people point to and say, that's what a real partnership looks like. But if I'm honest, and this is hard to admit, I think I spent most of those 4 years slowly shrinking myself to keep her comfortable. The hooking detail, I can't shake. 2 weeks ago, Lily stood up at a crowded restaurant, raised her glass, and laughed while telling a group of our friends. Honestly, I upgraded when I met him. He's not exciting, but he's reliable. Like a Toyota. Everyone laughed. I didn't. And that was the moment something inside me quietly snapped. Some context. Lily comes from money. Not billionaire money, but comfortable money. Parents paid for college. Helped with rent. Family vacations twice a year. Safety net always in place. I didn't. I grew up middle class, borderline struggling at times. I worked through college, took on loans, and started my career from the bottom. I'm proud of what I built. Stable job, decent savings, no debt except a small car loan. Lily always said she admired that about me. But admiration doesn't always equal respect. From early on, there were signs I brushed off. She liked nice things, expensive restaurants, weekend trips, designer bags she deserved because she worked hard. I paid more often than I should have. Not because she asked, but because she'd sigh, roll her eyes, or say things like, I just thought my partner would want to spoil me. She called it princess energy. I called it love. The first cracks. Lily had a habit of correcting me in public. Not aggressively, just enough to sting. If I told a story, she'd interrupt. That's not how it happened. If I made a joke, oh, that's not funny. Not if I disagreed with her. You're being sensitive. When I brought it up privately, she'd smile and say, you're overthinking. I'm just honest. I learned to let things go. I told myself she was strong-willed, confident, that I admire that about her. But slowly, my opinions mattered less. My preferences became inconveniences. My boundaries, optional. The engagement changed everything. After I proposed, Lily became different. Not worse overnight, just louder. She took over every decision. Venue, guest list, budget. When I tried to push back, she'd say, relax. I know better about these things. She upgraded everything. Dress, flowers, catering. When I mentioned cost, she laughed and said, if you can't afford it, maybe you shouldn't have proposed. I should have walked then. Instead, I apologized. 2 weeks ago, we met friends for dinner. Some mutual, some more hers. I already fell out of place. Everyone was dressed better than me. Talking about vacations, I couldn't relate to. I stayed quiet, polite. Then someone asked Lily how wedding planning was going. She sighed dramatically and said, honestly, it's exhausting. I feel like I'm doing this alone. I looked at her, confused. She continued, he just doesn't have opinions. Or ambition. I love him, but let's be real. He's safe. Not exciting. Then came the Toyota comment. People laughed. Someone clinked glasses. I sat there, smiling stiffly, heart pounding in my ears. No one defended me. Not even her. In the car, I finally spoke up. I told her how humiliating that was. How small it made me feel. She rolled her eyes and said, oh my God, you're still on that. I said I wasn't joking. That it hurt. She replied, you are sensitive. That's why we work. I'm the fun one. You're the stable one. I asked her if she respected me. She laughed. Of course I do. I'm marrying you, aren't I? But her tone said otherwise. A few days later, I found out she'd posted a TikTok. It was a trend video. The caption read, when you wanted a rich, exciting man, but ended up engaged to a human spreadsheet, grinning face with sweat, #settling. I wish I was exaggerating. The comments were brutal. People laughing. People agreeing. People saying, at least he pays the bills. She hadn't told me about it. When I confronted her, she shrugged. It's a joke. Everyone knows I'm kidding. I asked her to take it down. She said, you're not going to control my content. Something in me went cold. The shift. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just stopped trying. Over the next week, I quietly did 3 things. 1. I canceled payments I'd been making for wedding deposits that were under my name. 2. I moved my savings into a separate account. 3. I booked a consultation with a lawyer, just in case. Lily noticed my distance. She accused me of pulling away. I told her I was thinking. One night, she exploded. She said I was acting weird, cold, passive-aggressive. I told her calmly, I don't think you like me. She scoffed. Don't be dramatic. I told her I thought she liked what I provided. Stability, money, reliability. But not me. She snapped back. You should be grateful I chose you. That was it. I took off my ring and placed it on the table. I said, I don't want to marry someone who sees me as a downgrade. She cried, screamed, accused me of abandoning her. Then she said something that sealed it. You'll never do better than me. Here's where I might be the asshole. I didn't yell. I didn't insult her. But I did tell her parents the wedding was off before she could spin TE's story. I showed them the TikTok. I showed them messages. I explained calmly that I felt humiliated and disrespected. Her mother cried. Her father was silent. Lily was furious. She accused me of embarrassing her. I moved out the next day. Mutual friends are split. Some say, she was joking. You overreacted. Others say, you finally grew a spine. Lily has been texting me nonstop. Apologies. Then insults. Then apologies again. She says I ruined her life. That I wasted her time. That I'm cruel for walking away over a few jokes. I haven't responded. So, Reddit. Am I the asshole for canceling my engagement, protecting my finances, and exposing the truth? Instead of swallowing my pride like I always have? Or did I finally stop being her Toyota and who's myself? I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. When I posted originally, I genuinely believed the worst part was over. The engagement was canceled. I moved out. I went no contact. I underestimated how badly Lily needed to win. The first week after the breakup, at first, her messages were predictable. Long texts, voice notes, crying, apologies. I didn't mean it like that. You know my humor. I was stressed. Please don't throw away 4 years. I didn't respond. Then the tone shifted. You embarrassed me in front of my parents. You blindsided me. You're cruel for doing this publicly. Still, I didn't respond. I wasn't trying to punish her. I just knew anything I said would become ammunition. About 10 days later, mutual friends started reaching out. At first, it was subtle. Hey man, Lily's not doing great. She says you left her without warning. She says you were controlling with money. That last one made my stomach drop. Controlling? I had paid for most things. Cover emergencies. Fronted wedding deposits. But I stayed quiet. Then I saw it. Lily posted another TikTok. This time, she didn't name me, but she didn't have to. The caption read, when your fiancé cancels the wedding because his ego couldn't handle a joke clown face, #DodgeDabbleIt. The video was her, crying, dramatic music, jump cuts. Comments poured in. Men are so fragile. You deserved better. Sounds like narcissistic abuse. That word again. Abuse. I felt sick. The lies get bigger. She started telling people. I financially controlled her. Emotionally neglected her. Threatened to leave if she didn't behave. None of that was true. What hurt the most wasn't strangers believing her. It was people I knew hesitating. Not defending me. Not asking questions. Just uncertainty. A mutual friend invited us both to a birthday dinner. I almost didn't go, but something told me I should. Lily arrived late, dressed impeccably, eyes red like she'd been crying. She hugged everyone. Then she saw me. Her face hardened. At the table, she couldn't help herself. She laughed loudly and said, careful what you say around him. He might cancel your birthday if you hurt his feelings. People chuckled nervously. I smiled and said nothing. After dinner, she cornered me outside. She accused me of winning the breakup. She said, you think you're better than me now? I told her calmly, I don't think about you like that. That enraged her. She said, I could ruin you if I wanted. For the first time, I felt something other than sadness. Clarity. That night, I organized everything. Screenshots, videos, messages, payment records. I didn't post them. I didn't threaten her. But when one mutual friend privately accused me of emotional abuse, I sent them everything. No commentary, no insults, just facts. The tone of the conversation changed instantly. The consequences she didn't expect. Word spread quietly, not gossip, information. People started connecting dots. Her TikTok disappeared. Then another. Her parents called me. They didn't apologize. They didn't defend her. They just said, we understand now. She blocked me everywhere, then unblocked me, then sent one final message. I hope you're happy destroying me. I didn't respond. I'm not happy, but I'm peaceful. I sleep better. I speak freely. I don't feel like I'm constantly managing someone else's emotions. I've learned something uncomfortable. Being soft doesn't mean being weak. Being quiet doesn't mean being powerless. And sometimes, the most brutal revenge is letting the truth exist without trying to control the narrative. So, should I have defended myself publicly? Or was walking away and letting consequences unfold the right choice?